Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video, we will be taking a look at Shopify versus Etsy when doing print on demand. Both Etsy and Shopify are absolutely huge platforms when it comes to print on demand. However, just because they are big, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are right for you. In this video, I will be showing you the pros, the cons, and everything that you need to know so that you can make a decision on Etsy versus Shopify. The first thing that we need to talk about here is the differences between them. And the major difference between Shopify and Etsy is that Etsy is a marketplace and Shopify is your own store. This can definitely come with both pros and cons for both of these. But first of all, let's start out with Etsy. The main pro of Etsy being a marketplace is that they can do your marketing for you. If you go over to Etsy right now and type in, for example, cat t-shirt, you will find hundreds of designs from Etsy sellers, and Etsy are doing all of the marketing for them. As you already know, Etsy is a massively popular website, so you can essentially use Etsy's traffic, tap into that and sell your own products to make money. All you have to do is simply post your listings to Etsy, let Etsy handle all of the marketing on their side, and get passive sales when people buy. But it's not as easy as it sounds. The negative that comes with this is for that exact search term, cat t-shirt, that I just searched, there are over 212,000 different listings for this search term. However, there are only 64 results that show up on this first page and are actually likely to be bought. So you can see just how competitive Etsy is. There are hundreds of thousands of these cat t-shirt designs that will never ever get bought. So to give you a little bit of a secret here, tap into the source. Essentially, the way that you have to play Etsy is to look for longer tail keywords that have less competition and you can actually rank for. Here's one that I found: retro roller skating designs. This is not super common. You probably won't have ever thought of that. And for this reason, this is much easier to sell on Etsy. So what you would do is find longer tail keywords like this, create designs for them and increase your seller score. And then as you get more experience, as you make more sales, you will be able to then rank for better and more competitive search terms until hopefully you can eventually rank for a keyword like cat t-shirt. Now, Shopify, on the other hand, is very different. You have complete control over your store and the marketing. And the pro here is that you can create designs that would never ever sell on Etsy, like the cat t-shirt, and then do your own marketing on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. And this way you can sell that design without Etsy showing thousands and thousands of listings before yours. The downside to that is, of course, that you need to do the marketing yourself. You need to learn how to market and put time into that. So it really depends on what you are looking for. Secondly, let's talk about this very important thing, which is price. Not only are Etsy and Shopify fundamentally different in the way that they work, but the way that the pricing structures are set up is also very, very different. Etsy works more on a commission or a percentage of every sale that you make, whereas Shopify is charged at a monthly subscription fee. So let's start out with Etsy, and the fees for Etsy are as follows. You will pay 20 cents for every item you list, and this listing will last for 4 months. At the end of those 4 months, you can then renew that listing once again for the same price of 20 cents. There is also a 6.5% transaction fee for every single sale that you make on Etsy. And then you also have on top of that a card processing fee of 3% of the sale plus 25 cents. And then sometimes, not everybody does get hit with this, but sometimes you can get hit with a 12% off-site ad fee. This is essentially when Etsy runs ads on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and they use your product in order to advertise. If they do, and then somebody sees that advert, clicks on your product, and then goes ahead and buys this, you will then get charged that 12% off-site ad fee. So once again, that 12% fee, or pretty much all of these fees, are only going to be applicable once you make a sale. The only fee that comes before you make a sale is the 20 cents listing fee for every listing that you create on Etsy. Overall, Etsy is a fantastic way to start out, especially if you are on a bit of a stricter budget. However, these fees can be pretty crazy, and especially once you start getting sales, can definitely eat into your profits. Now, in terms of Shopify pricing, this is much simpler. They have 3 plans that you can choose from. However, until you are making hundreds of thousands of dollars with your store, you will only ever need the basic plan. This plan costs $29 per month if you want to pay for the entire year upfront, or $39 per month if you want to pay it monthly. The only additional fee that you are going to get with Shopify is the standard card processing fee of 2.9% plus 30 cents for each sale you make. So as you can see right out of the gate, Shopify is going to require some upfront costs of that $29 to $39 per month. I should also mention here that if you click the first link down in the description, that is going to give you access to the extended Shopify trial, which gives you access to Shopify for free for 3 days, and then the first month for just $1. On top of this, I also have a complete step-by-step tutorial showing you from A to Z exactly how you can set up your Shopify store for print on demand. If you want to check that video out as well, I will leave a link in the description. Next, let's talk about the ease of use with both of these platforms. Now, this probably doesn't come as much of a surprise, but Etsy is far simpler and easier to use. All you have to do is create your Etsy account, enter some information, and add a store icon and banner. And then all you have to do to create your first listing is add some images, a description, and the price. That's it. It's literally that easy. Shopify does take longer to set up, as you not only need to create your account and listings, but you also need to create your storefront or website. And if you want this to actually look good, it is going to take a little bit of time. Once again though, I do have a step-by-step tutorial walking you through this entire process, which is in the description as well. So that is ease of use, but what about customizability? Once again, I will start off with Etsy, as there is a lot more limitations here. Essentially on Etsy, the only things that you can change is your store logo, the banner, and your profile icon. You can go to Etsy right now and literally click on any store and they all look pretty much the same. This can be both a pro and a con depending on how you look at it, because although you can't really customize your store and everything looks the same, this does mean that you don't have to put time and effort into creating your storefront, and you can put your full focus instead on creating different designs. Now with Shopify, it's super customizable. You can customize your entire theme to change how your store looks and feels. You can add in different images that you want to add in. And a little bit of a side note here, I absolutely love using Placeit to add different images to my website, as you can create like physical mockups of people wearing your clothing, and I always add these to my Shopify store as it just takes the look of that store to the next level. But with Shopify, you can change your logo, you can add videos, and you can even create an About Me section to give your customers more of an in-detailed view to your brand. Now, in terms of my final thoughts, it really depends on what you want out of a print-on-demand platform. If I was starting out as a beginner, I would probably go for Etsy just because it's easier and simpler to use. However, if you are actually serious about print-on-demand and you aren't just doing this for a little bit of fun, you actually want to make money with this and turn this into a full-time job, then I would recommend just to do both. That is how I personally started my print-on-demand journey. I set up a Shopify store while running Etsy at the same time. So that is my comparison of Shopify versus Etsy. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.